Okay, so maybe like my Pomsky Hamilton, who you're gonna meet, I'm being slightly dramatic. But hang on, let me just... This is a little distracting. I just have to flick it off real fast. You're welcome, ladies. We are raising the bar at our happy hour bar and maybe a little bit of our heartbeats today in more ways than one. Because this trap, it hurt a little, not a lot, but you know what actually hurts? The 5 money traps that have been keeping smart, hardworking women like you broke. Not because you're bad with money, but because you've been told bad stories. They sound empowering. They sound practical. But in reality, they are sabotaging stilettos. And I know because I have believed every single one of them. But I've also escaped. And by the end of our happy hour, you'll know exactly how to avoid each of these 5 money traps so that you can save thousands of dollars and you can also save that at-home manicure that you have. So pour yourself a drink, put on your pajamas and pearls, because today's happy hour money mixer is all about unlearning the myths, those stories that are keeping you trapped, and replacing those myths with facts that flip the script. Let's get one thing clear. This is a really good glass of cab. Okay, no, well, it is. But okay, 2 things. We're gonna get 2 things really clear. That being one, and the second, you are not the problem. You've just been operating off of old stories. Old ones that should have been 6 feet under and put to rest. Stories that you inherited from culture, friends, your job, maybe even your favorite 90s rom-com. But here's the thing about stories. They can masquerade as truth. They can also be traps, but they can also be rewritten. Let's do that right now. Money trap number 1. If I just made more money, I would be set. Cue up the career montage. You crushed the interview, you negotiated your salary, you got the job title, but then you still felt broke. That was me until the pandemic hit. And I found myself trading bonus checks for time with Hamilton, my dog, taking him on long walks that didn't cost me a dime. And that's when it hit me. It wasn't more money I needed. It was more life, more space, more optionality, more memories, especially when Hamilton's being weird like this. So I asked myself one question. How much money would I need to make work optional so that I could have more memories of that? And that question changed everything. Truth bomb. High income doesn't build wealth. Your lifestyle does. So don't chase the next raise. Chase your freedom number. That's the number that buys your time. That's the number that makes you feel rich. And once you have that freedom number, drop it in the comments so we can hype each other back. I'm talking big hype, not little. I'm talking bigger hype and way harder than a Black Friday sale at Sephora. Money trap number 2. I don't have money to invest right now.
Well, sometimes you have to get captured just to get a straight answer out of somebody.
Same, Thor. Sometimes you gotta hit rock bottom to realize $5 could be your lifeline. At one point, I had $86,000 in debt, credit cards, student loans, rent in LA. I was deep underwater. More deets on that debt story in one of my coffee confessionals, link in the description. But you know what I still did? I invested $5 a week. Why? It's so small, it doesn't matter. Nope, wrong story. I still invested $5 a week because investing isn't for rich people. It's for future you. Even if you're struggling now, that $5, that's a vote for the person you want to become. Truth bomb. $5 a week to invest isn't why I was broke. Impulse spending and Carrie Bradshaw level crackhead energy without pointing it in the right direction to get me rich. That is what got me broke, and that was the problem. You are not bad with money. You're just pointing it in the wrong direction. Investing isn't a reward. It's not the thing you do later when you get things figured out. It's a ritual. It's something you can automate and you can start small with. It's a way of saying, I am betting on me. And just so you don't forget, save this video and scroll back to this moment whenever you need to hear these words again, because I am betting on you too. Money trap number 3. I deserve this. I work hard. I don't know if I deserve this.
I need your honest opinion. You can't afford them? Can I get you something?
So that moment when Carrie dropped her purchase on the table, like it's just, part of her no big deal reality, that was basically the story of my 20s. I used to hit burnout and Bloomingdale's in the same day. We're gonna call it the B&B strategy. Every time I worked myself into exhaustion, which happened all the time, I rewarded myself with clothes, with Chanel shoes, with big swipe energy. But just like it did with Carrie, all that swiping kept me in credit card debt. And it was emotionally exhausting. But little secret, I'ma just say, at least I didn't leave my Manolos on a city bus like her. Just saying, small wins taken where you get them. Truth bomb. You don't need a shopping spree. You need a life that doesn't require an escape hatch. You deserve peace, not a package at your doorstep, not a dopamine hit dressed as a delivery notification. So the next time you hear yourself say, I deserve this, doesn't mean it's not true, but it's a story. So pause and ask yourself, would future me thank current me for this? Because girl, you deserve better than bad debt and burnout. You deserve a life that actually feels as good as it looks. Money trap number 4. Budgeting means I can't enjoy life. But no, this is making it a little bit harder to enjoy life. All these little traps. For the longest time, budget felt like this bad restrictive word. But now, my budget, it feels like a game. I've got buckets. My dream home bucket, my bougie vacation bucket, my Bitcoin bucket, of course, my Hamilton's toy bucket, obviously, and my non-negotiable investing bucket. Each dollar has a job, and every week I ask myself one question. Can I spend $20 less in one bucket and move it over to a more exciting bucket? Truth bomb. Budgets don't kill your joy. They filter out the crap that's stealing it. They don't say, you can't have that. They say, is that where your lady boss money wants to go? And when you line up what you value with the decisions of where your money should go, you stop feeling broke and you start feeling in control. And suddenly, spending, it's not guilt-ridden. It becomes values-driven. And that shift, that's when your money starts working for you and not against you. Money trap number 5. Money is boring. I don't talk about it with my girlfriends. Let's be real. Money isn't boring. This is not boring. And we're talking about money right now. What does that say? It means people are boring, especially the ones who use jargon to gatekeep the conversation. I used to sit at happy hour with my wine, smiling and nodding while guys talked about stocks and crypto like it was fantasy football. And I had no clue what they were saying. And that smiling and nodding,
Chewie went, wait, don't!
that's bait. It feels polite, but it keeps you stuck outside the conversation. It keeps you thinking that you being curious is stupidity. Truth bomb. When you opt out of money conversations, you opt out of your own financial life. Because money isn't about math or numbers. Thank God, I hate math and I hate numbers. Money is about power, choice, and boundaries. So let's make it normal to talk about money at brunch, at happy hours, or in DMs. Not money as in what did we spend that we regret. Let's start with real money talk. Let's start with this one question. What's one money move you're super proud of this year? Mine? I started logging every grocery receipt. Not because I love Excel, I hate it. I started logging every receipt because groceries were one of my largest areas I spent money on. And I wanted to get curious about it to see how and when I kill my grocery budget with Reese's Peanut Butter Cup impulse buys. Now, it's your turn. Drop your money win in the comments and man, let's just cheer each other on in that conversation of money. Because here's the thing, you don't have to be perfect with money. You just have to stop falling for the same traps. Because each of these myths, they are bait. They look shiny, they look familiar, but they steal your time, your peace, and your future. And we're not the kind of lady bosses who let money traps steal our stuff. We are the kind of lady bosses who stop letting the traps win. So here's to rewriting your money story and to never falling for financial bullshit again. And until our next happy hour money mixer, cheers.